Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is a video on community engagement, the role of school heads. I am Dr. Krishna Kalita, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Education in Kumar Bhaskar Burma Sanskrit and Ancient Studies University, Nalbari. The contents of this video is related to Unit 21 of the course, that is roles of the school heads in community engagement under Module 10, Community Engagement in Schools. We will cover the concept of community engagement, why community engagement matters, what is required of the school head, and the role played by the school heads in community engagement. First, let us understand what is community engagement. By looking at the term itself, we can understand that it is bringing different people from the community together for solving community problems and for decision making. It means that different people from the community will come together. For what purpose? For solving some problems which have emerged in the community, in the society, and making decision means decision making will be done by whom? By the people themselves. So this is called as community engagement. Now, the interesting thing is that we are using this concept of community engagement in the field of education. Generally, we see this community engagement in the field of social work, but then it can be utilized in the field of education also. And that concept is called as community engagement in education. It refers to creating scope for the community to get involved in the education process, to become a part of the school, and contribute towards its development. See, education process is not isolated. It is a part of the society. It is a part of the community. And community owns the education system. So, when we are able to create a scope for the community to get involved in this process, they can obviously become a part of the education process and they can contribute towards the achievement of the educational goal. Therefore, community engagement is very relevant in the present context. Let us see some examples so that we can understand the concept better. Suppose some mothers and some teachers of the community come together for creating teaching learning materials which are not easily available for the early childhood education, maybe because of the cost. So what they do is they come together and try to create, design, make some teaching learning materials from the trashes. The mothers, they bring some trashes from the home, from their own home, and from these trashes, the mothers and the teachers together make some teaching learning materials for the early childhood education. So this is a kind of contribution from the community towards early childhood education. Another example is, suppose in a low income neighborhood, there is a school. That school has problems related to mentoring of the students. So what can be done is that the school can partner with a particular local business to provide some after-school mentoring to the students. In this way, the business will also see some customer loyalty, some positive publicity, as well as the school will receive the much needed resources and the support from the local business. For example, the local business can show them what kind of skills are required after graduating, or they can tell them how to do business after the students graduate from school. So in this way, there are different opportunities in the community where the community can be engaged in the field of education. Now we will look why this community engagement is important. Today, the teacher is not the only source of knowledge for the students. He is not the sole source of learning. The students can obtain knowledge from numerous sources because of easy availability of knowledge through technology. So, the primary focus of teaching learning has been shifted from transmission of knowledge to construction of knowledge, generation of knowledge. The teacher is now a facilitator rather than an instructor, because the teacher's responsibility is not that of transmitting knowledge, it is that of facilitating learning for the learners. So it has become very essential that the school heads understand and accept that learning need to be taken outside the classroom. Learning cannot happen in isolation. It will be more and more fruitful if learning is exposed to as much as diverse environment as possible. How community engagement helps is that it creates a supportive environment for learning. In another way, it also increases community support towards education. In one way, it sends a message from the school that the school gives importance to the inputs and involvement of the stakeholder in the process of education, and it also makes the community accountable for the development of school. See, we can see that the community is being engaged in two different ways. One is that the education is getting benefit, the education process is getting supportive environment, the community is there is more support from the community. In another way, the school is also sending a message that the inputs, the contribution of the stakeholders, any stakeholder from the community, is being valued. Another way is that the community is made accountable, that if the school or the education process is not going on the right track, the community is also accountable for that. Then community engagement helps in building the trust between the members of the community, building the trust between the school and the community. It also establishes trust among the members within a particularly learning community. Then it creates a sense of shared responsibility, that education is not the responsibility of a particular stakeholder. For example, it is not a particular responsibility of government or the authority of the educational institution, but it is a shared responsibility of all the stakeholders. Ultimately, we can say that for development of the school and to achieve goals of the school more effectively, the concept of community engagement can be explored and utilized. Now let us shift our focus towards the school head. What can a school head do for community engagement? Before that, let us see what is required of the school head for community engagement. First thing is that the school head must have a vision towards community engagement. If the head do not have that vision of collaboration, of working together, of involving the community members in the education process, then community engagement can never be successful. So the school head must have a vision. The school head must have knowledge of community engagement, how it can be done, when it is appropriate, how it has to be done, and all. Another is that the skills and strategies for conducting or utilizing this community, the concept of community engagement in school, required of the school head. Then the head should have a positive attitude towards community engagement. Then only the head will have commitment towards collaborative work, towards community engagement in the process of education. Therefore, the role of the school heads in community engagement is very crucial. Let us enumerate the role one by one. First is that readiness and training of all the staff of the education system or the educational institution is important. The school head need to take the initiative to make them ready, both mentally as well as physically, and from resources also. The staff need to be prepared, trained for conducting community engagement, for engaging the community in the education process. The school head also plays a very proactive role in bringing diverse members of the learning community together so that they can contribute towards a particular learning goal or educational goal. The relationship between the community members is to be built by the school head. Building the relationship among the community members, building the relationship between two communities or three communities, among different communities, this responsibility, this role has to be played by the school heads. Another important role is that the head has to keep reminding the members of the community as well as the education process that we are working towards a particular common goal and we need to keep ourselves on track. So the head can play an important role by reminding of the common goal. Then the relationship among the community members do not work until and unless there is trust in this relationship. And the head can take a lead in this process of building trust in the relationship among the members of the community. For this, the head has to design different school community interaction strategies so that they have opportunity for interaction, how this interaction will take place, when this interaction will take place, and what kind of interaction among the community members will bring out better learning outcome. This has to be designed by the school head. Another role that can be played by the school head is that he or she can create opportunities for community members to visit the school, to contribute towards different aspects of the school or the education process. Then another underlying role is that motivating the community members to explore their potentials of contributing towards the education process. Because there are many members in the community who have the potentials of contributing towards the educational process in different ways, but they do not know or they do not explore their potentials. So the head can take initiative to motivate these members to explore their potentials and utilize their potentials. Then the head can create a welcoming environment in the school so that all the community members, every community member can come to the school, come to the educational institution and communicate with the stakeholders of education through promotion of the communication among the members. When the communication among the members is promoted, then there will be a welcoming environment in the educational institution. Then some administrative functions like processing of the data regarding the number of students, regarding the resources available, the needs of the educational institution. This is called as information processing function. This is another role of school heads which they have to take care of. Then the head of the school also is an external representation for the school. Means the school is reflected through the personality or through the presentation of the school head in the community. So the head has to display the school, present the school in such a way that there is a scope for interaction between the school and the community, and there is a scope for engagement of the community. And this can be done by mediation, negotiation of different needs of the community as well as needs of the school, which can be which need to be communicated properly. And then by sharing and by understanding the need of the other group, the problems can be solved. Then throughout the process of community engagement, the head of the school has to take care that everyone, because community engagement involves a large number of people, so the head has to keep track of the way in which community engagement is going on. So it is necessary to ensure that everyone is on the right track, everyone is going towards the set goal. The community engagement process is revolving around the needs of the learners as well as of the community. This is an important role of the head to ensure that everyone engaged in this process of community engagement is on right track. So we can summarize that for community engagement to be very successful and to sustain it, strong and supportive leadership is very necessary, and the school heads can play a crucial role in community engagement. So it is very important that the school heads are empowered and they understand that they have a crucial role to play in community engagement, and as such they take the lead and initiative and play their role as such. Schools have to function as learning communities. It cannot be done with the leadership of a single person, that is the school head. It requires collaborative effort of all the stakeholders. Strong, supportive leadership is very necessary to build and sustain community engagement. Even though the role of the school heads may change because the leadership is shared, the roles are redistributed among the different members, but the support of the school heads is one of the very important, very crucial resource for community engagement. Means, though the role of the school heads changes a little bit because in community engagement, no one is particularly the leader, but everyone is a leader. Even then, the school head has to take some initiatives. The school head has to give some motivation. So he has to play a very crucial role. And when we say that supportive leadership is required in community engagement, it means that encouragement of the teachers who may be reluctant to take leadership roles and to define autonomy, to define how can the teachers or the community members contribute towards community engagement, etc. So we can say that the role of the school heads is very crucial, particularly for building the trust among the members. Whenever the community engagement process derails or becomes low, it is the school head who can take initiative to bring it up and to take initiatives to bring out different strategies, new strategies and approaches of community engagement. So we can say that to make community engagement successful, the school head has to take the initiative and he has to play a very important role. Thank you.